Hello, I'm Anil, student of English Education Study Program from B Morning Class.
Hello everyone, I will introduce myself. My name is Danias Telaumbanua from the Class Morning Semester 4 BP4.
Hi guys, it's me Widiawati.
And this video we make to fulfill our practice of journalism. According to Goris Karab, language is a means of communication between community members in the form of the symbol produced by human speech tool. So what are the functions of this language? Language itself has two functions. First, function in general, and second, function in particular. But in this video, I will discuss function language in general only. Okay, check this out. In general, language has four functions. They are: first one, information function. As a change in form of self-experience, language has become a means of communication. As a form communication, English used to convey a specific purpose that other people want to implement. Second, expressive function. As a means of expressing something or feeling to the listener. For example, since childhood humans have used language as an experience of some experience in their parents. At an initial stage, language in the children develop in part a means of expressing themselves. Next are directive function. As a social control and interpersonal interaction where a listener is more important than the thought of the interlocutor when adapting to social environment. A person will choose the language used depending on the situation and condition connected. Someone will use informal language when talking to a friend and use formal language when talking to the parent or respective. And the last one or fourth, aesthetic function, as a means of conveying poetic art or as curtain sign.
Today, I went to English class. Studies relates to journalism. So, here I will discuss in the study the number one, the early history of journalism. Number two, provisions for the use of journalism language. Okay, right. Next in it, number one, how is story of the birth of journalism? The history of the birth of journalism goes back to the ancient Roman Empire when Julius Caesar, 140 before Christ, was in the power. He ordered that the results, the decisions, and the activities the member of the sentence of publish every day on bulletin board card and the Acta Diurna in the card. So from year to year, journalistic language continues to develop among phrase and journalism. The growth of this journalistic language began in the 19th century as a productive area. So in the first half of the 20th century, an American journalistic Lippmann wrote that words often mean a word series action, thoughts, feeling, and effects. This confirmed that the mass media and processing word from people talk, attitude, and action, and a new story. Theory for journalistic language is the conversation of social space and the time. Okay, the journalistic language in Indonesia, especially, is termed by history from Taufik Abdullah during the first period, which was published in the 19th century until the 20th century as the preceding period of the national press. Language is determination tool for the development of public awareness. So we will to move the number 2. I will to introduce what are the provisions of the use of journalistic language. Journalistic language must use standard language, or in the other words, it must be according with ancient spelling. Okay. In the addition, journalistic language must be also easy understood by readers because reader don't have enough time to understand difficult word. Okay, language is a means of considering for information of the published or the published, whether the information is clear or not is largely determined by whether and language is correct or not. For this reason, the word of praise of journalism as a provider of information to the public must use good and the correct language so the audience or the public can understand intentions that are to be conveyed, unlike the spoken language or other language which are often a social culture selfish and aesthetic. Journalistic language is actually very documentary and populist. Because journalistic language doesn't represent caste, liver, or rank. For example, in our daily habits, we usually surround someone with a greeting. Take for example, Mr. Michael Brown. But in everyday language, the word is not use Mr. Michael. We use to Mr. But we just say the Michael Brown, which has a journalistic meaning. Which mean that is the equivalent regard of the Sejarah. Journalistic language has 16 main characteristics that apply to our forms mass media, namely short, dense, straightforward, clear, activity demonstrates populations, language, logical, grammatical, avoiding spoken words, avoiding foreign words and terms, choosing the right diction or words. Activity sentence, avoiding technical words and in accordance with a technical code or Asian spelling. So maybe that's all. I hope this material can increase our knowledge together.
I can tell you about something nice that is about the journalistic. Okay, journalistic language is the language of the mass communication that functions as a provider of information to the public. It can be interpreted as the language of communication for the introduction of news, which is the commonly used by print and electronic media. Next, according to a leading linguist, the function of language can be derived from the basic and modified. States there for function of language: the first, tool of expressing self; the second, communication tool; the third, tool provides social integration and adaptation; and the last, tool eliminates social control. Alright, journalistic language is a language style used by journalists in reading news. Also called the language of mass communication, also called newspaper language, which is the language used in communication through mass media, both spoken communication, speech in electronic media, radio and television, and written communication or print and online media, with the characteristic of being short, concise, and easy to understand. Okay, and the last one, example of words and sentences in journalistic language, referring to the principle of journalistic language, namely short, concise, straightforward, simple, clear, and interesting. Provisions are made in journalistic language, including: first, the use of words must be economical. For example, suggest a suggestion become suggest. Doing blackmail become blackmail.
Thank you for watching this video. Bye bye.